What is up, everybody? Welcome back to this moron's garage. Today we are getting ready to put this puppy back on. This puppy is that thing. Last night, off camera, rebuilt the thing. There will be a how-to video in the future. However, yeah, I needed to rebuild it and get familiar with it before I do a video on how to rebuild it. In the meantime, we're going to get this put back on, and hopefully we're going to get it fired up today. But we'll see. Alright, now we get the fun part of putting the vacuum lines all back on. If you guys watched my previous video, you know that I made a pretty rudimentary drawing, but it works. I know where everything goes, and pretty much the only thing that we're going to be doing is probably getting rid of the charcoal canister, so we can pretty much just block that off and put everything else, hook everything else back up. Alright guys, so all the vacuum lines are all situated, all buttoned up. The next thing that we have to do is get the fuel, get that reconnected. For right now, I do not have a filter, so what I'm gonna actually do is use a pipe cutter, which looks like these. Basically, you've got a blade and a couple rollers. So if you wanted to cut this, you just take it and clamp it in. Clamp it in just like that. Then essentially all you're going to do is just twist this around and tighten it until roll it until it gets loose. Then you tighten a little more. Depending on how thick your pipe actually is. So it'll cut your pipe into 2 clean sections. And so what we're going to do is we're going to apply that to this pipe right here that comes down off of the fuel pump. So this fitting right here will screw into the nose of this. So we're going to cut it probably about right here. And then we're probably going to cut it down here, and then we're just going to bridge this with hose, because eventually there'll be a filter that I'll put in right here the next time that we are working out here. So that was extremely uneventful. Yeah, the last time that when I originally pulled this hose off, this thing was pissing fluid everywhere. I could not get it to quit flowing fuel, and now it's just hanging out, not doing anything, just making my life difficult. You know, the usual. Make sure when you guys are tightening this fuel line up, make sure you use a line wrench. Now, line wrench is almost a full full circle. It's not a box end wrench. This is a line wrench. Open end, box end, line wrench. Now the difference between this is this gets, multiple surfaces on the actual line itself, or the bolt head. So you got your whatever your line is. In this case, this is the fuel line. It's going to actually get all the sides except for one. So that way, when you're trying to break this thing free, all of that torque is not just put to one side, to two sides. You're actually getting a good grip on it, because otherwise, as you can see, this bolt's had some open end wrenches on it. They tend to want to slip off. So go buy a set of these. Harbor Freight has them. They're probably $10 for standard, $10 for metric. Get you a set of them. These work good for fuel lines, brake lines, anything that's a line that you need to put a tool over to get onto, to tighten up. This is what these are for. That's why they're called a line wrench. So, tips for you. Alright.
Your deliciousness in that frame.
More don't want the vibrate off. Alright. I believe we're ready to fire it up. Would you like to do the honors? It's gonna crank for a little bit, just because it's got to get fuel back up.
Excuse me, you want me to hold it then for a little bit?
Yeah, give it like 10 seconds, and then we'll stop.
Okay, I don't know.
Should be this. Turn the switch off. Turn the ignition off.
I don't know which one.
There's like a little.
Whatever you did work.
It's this switch right here.
Oh, did we just not push it over far enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Now that we've figured out how to turn the wipers off, alright, let's try it again.
We also drain the lines, so it takes a minute to pump them back up.
Yep. I don't think the battery has enough juice. This may have to be continued. Alright guys, we are back in the garage, and it's been a few hours. Everybody else gone to bed. and I took a little unintentional nap in the chair. So hopefully this thing has had some time to charge. Um, so let's give it a shot and see what she does. Oh, I hear dripping, and that's not what I want. So apparently we are leaking some transmission fluid. Well, that's an adventure for another day. Alright. Let's see if it's getting too much fuel. Well, she runs. Well, half the battle was done. It's running, so now a different day we get to come through and adjust the carburetor so that it runs better, and as well as check all of our timing. But that's probably gonna have to wait until we figure out what's going on with the transmission and why it's dumping fluid everywhere. So until next time, we'll see ya.